Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all of you. Now we will learn about Science Year 4 Part 2 for Week 13. Now before that we shall recite Dua before learning. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrahli sadri wa yassirli amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma warzuqni fahma wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Okay, now the main topic would be heat energy. Now the previous lesson we learned about sources of heat energy. There are a few sources of heat energy that we have learned. One is the sun. We learned that the sun is a big ball of fire and it is our main source of heat energy. And we also learned that sources of heat energy can come from electrical appliances. Electrical appliances such as toaster, microwave oven, and any kind of electrical appliances, even the TV. But the TV is not that hot. It do produce heat energy, but not that much. And what other sources? I think friction. We do get heat energy from friction. When you rub your hands together and your hands become warm. When you rub a stick with a stick and you can make fire, it becomes source of energy. Friction is one way that you can make heat energy. Other objects that produce heat energy would be volcano. Volcano is a source of heat energy. It's natural and it's hot. What else? Maybe you can check the internet for more sources of energy. But next we shall learn about temperature. Temperature. Objective explain that temperature is a measure of the degree of hotness or coldness, and to justify the need for using a thermometer to measure temperature. Now let's check. What is temperature? Temperature is a measure of degree of hotness or coldness. Temperature is when you can feel with your skin hot or cold. Take a look. What does he feel? He feel hot, and this one would feel cold. So we would say the temperature here is hot and the temperature here is cold. We can feel the temperature of an object by using our sense of touch. We use our skin, not only our hand. Skin, remember, skin is all over us. We can feel hot here, we can feel hot here, we can feel hot here. Oh, it's hot, we can feel it here. Our sense of touch, which is skin, not only, remember, not only your hand, it's your skin. Everywhere we can feel hot or cold. We can feel hot and we can feel cold. It's very easy. With your skin we can feel hot and we can feel cold. But measuring temperature using our sense of touch is inaccurate. Yes, we can feel hot and we can feel cold, but not that accurate. When we stand under the sun for a few minutes, we feel warm. You can try this at home. You stand outside and you feel warm. When you go into the house, with no air conditioner, we feel cool. If we are outside, when we go inside, even though there is no aircon, we will feel cool. It's not that hot. Outside is hotter. Correct? Warm, cool. Now it's easy. Outside hot, inside cool. If we sit in an air-conditioned room with aircon, we feel cool. Yes, correct. When we walk out to our other rooms, the same room just now with no air conditioner, we will feel warm. Not as cool as the room with aircon, of course. So my question is, cool, warm. Is this room cool or warm? That is my question. Is it cool or warm? Just now, if we see here, we say this room is cool. But then what happened is, now we say it is warm. It is the same room. How can a room be warm and cool at the same time? That's why when we try to measure temperature with our skin, it is inaccurate. Example 2. Test water temperature. Let's test water. You can try this at home. This is very easy. When we put our hands, I'm sorry with the spelling, P-U-T, our hands or fingers in an ice water, we put inside, we feel cold. Ice water is cold. When we put same hands or fingers inside a glass with tap water, we'll feel warm. Get your hands, put in ice water, oh, it's cold. Any glass, put inside and it's cold. When you take out your hand and put in tap water, air pipe, tap water, it will feel, oh, it's warm. Tap water is warm. Cool. Tap water, warm. Remember, tap water, warm. When we put our hands or finger in a glass of warm water, not hot water. Remember, if you want to try this, use warm water. Do not use hot water. You will burn yourself. Use warm water. Ask your mother or father to prepare warm water. You can test this at home. So put your hands inside warm water and you take out and put your same hand inside the glass of tap water, air pipe. We will feel the tap water is cool. Now, I am confused. Is the tap water warm or cool? That is my question. The tap water, is it warm or cool? Just now, from cold water into tap water, it is warm. And now, from warm water to tap water, it's cool. That is why our skin, we measure temperature inaccurate. So what is another way to measure temperature correctly? How to accurately measure temperature? I understand that now you have seen in hospital, especially, there is some kind of like pistol. It looks like a pistol, but it's not a pistol. It will put on your forehead and something like that. And that is a thing called thermometer. We use a device called thermometer, but that one the hospital use now is a modern one. It measure temperature digitally. this is an accurate way to measure temperature. It's one way to measure temperature. Is it hot or is it cold? A thermometer measures temperature in degrees Celsius. Now remember, we use degrees Celsius. One day you will see some thermometer will use degrees Fahrenheit. You will see that one day. But for Brunei Darussalam, we use degrees Celsius. Now these are types of thermometer. All of these are called thermometer, but they are used in different ways. This is what we see in hospital, and this is called digital thermometer. And we can also see this on walls. This is called wall thermometer. Other than that, maybe they use this in some other places, like in factories. They use factories, maybe they use this, but not in hospital. Usually this or something like this or this, not this one, only the middle part. Okay, let's take a look. If you want to check some more, you can check YouTube. This one, YouTube, watch something types of thermometer and how they are used. But we don't need to learn that. We need to learn this clinical thermometer. Clinical for clinic. Hospital, clinic is more or less the same. So we learn clinical thermometer. Now this is called clinical thermometer, this type. Now remember, for my children, we have learned that clinical thermometer have two types, one with silver and one with red. Now the silver would be mercury and the red would be alcohol. Red alcohol, not the alcohol that they used to drink. No, this is different alcohol. Now this is mercury and this is alcohol. Now remember, this is called clinical thermometer. They measure the same. They are the same. They measure things like us. Before we have digital thermometer, we use this. When I was small, doctors used this. They put it inside the mouth or maybe under the armpit, maybe like that. But this is what people usually use before digital thermometer. So what do you call this part? What do you call this? I know this is mercury, I know this is alcohol, but what do you call this part? This part is called the bulb. And this one, what do you call this one? This part is called stem. So remember, in a clinical thermometer, bulb, stem. Bulb, stem. Now, next, using a thermometer. How to use a thermometer? When the temperature decreases from hot to cold, the level inside the thermometer falls. When become cold, the inside falls down, not up, down. When it becomes cold, so we say the temperature decrease. When the temperature increase from cold to hot, the level inside the thermometer rise up. When it rise up, temperature increase. When it falls down, temperature decrease. Now remember that. How do we use a thermometer? A clinical thermometer, not the digital one. Digital one is very easy. Just point to the forehead and okay, you are 35 degrees. Not that one. I'm talking about clinical thermometer. Number 1. Hold the thermometer by the stem. Do you remember the stem? The stem, hold it there, stem. So this is two ways of holding thermometer, but one is wrong. Which one? This is wrong. He or she is not holding on the stem, by the stem. He's holding by the bulb. Do not hold by the bulb. It is wrong. It will change the temperature. This is correct. Hold the thermometer by the stem. Second, place the bulb of thermometer into the beaker of water. Now, what is a beaker? If you are in science class, maybe I will show you a beaker, maybe next few weeks or next few months after this lockdown finish. This on the right is called beaker. This is beaker. Now this is thermometer. This is a beaker. Place the bulb of thermometer into the beaker of water. So the first one is hold the stem, then put in the beaker of water. And maybe it's a cup, it's no problem. But in science, you use a beaker. Bulb of thermometer inside in the water. If you want to measure water temperature, inside, put inside. Wait for the liquid inside the thermometer to stop rising or falling. Stop moving, it says. This picture, this one is not stop. Wait until it stop, then we can measure. One more time, wait until it stop, then we can measure. Maybe for a few seconds, not too long, for a few seconds. Just wait. We can see inside the thermometer it is moving. So when it stop, we can read the temperature. Read the temperature by looking at the liquid inside at eye level. Look here. Now this is the thermometer. So there's a liquid inside. What happened is, inside the thermometer there will be a curve like this one. Ada bengkok sikit macam ni. And that is called meniscus. So what we need to do is read the bottom of the meniscus. Lihat bawah. You can check this at home. Like water. Water, kalau lihat benar-benar ada bengkok sikit by the end of the bottle. Ada siring-siring ni. Kalau kamu ni ada naik sikit satu. Naik sedikit satu. Naik. Ya, naik sedikit sini. You can check that di rumah. You can check using a cup or maybe a bottle. You can see meniscus. So measure the bottom of the meniscus. Do not measure here. Do not measure here. Just the bottom. And this one is correct. Eye level. Do not look from here. Dari atas ke bawah. From top. No, that's wrong. Not from the bottom. The curved surface of the alcohol or mercury in the thermometer is known as the meniscus. Look at the bottom of the meniscus. Now, wrong ways to read thermometer. Now, maybe some of you do not know. We haven't seen any thermometer. You don't have any clinical thermometer at home. But I shall tell you some wrong ways to read thermometer. Now, like I said, do not read here from the top. We read the bottom part of the meniscus, yes, but do not read from the top. This is correct, one level, and this is wrong. Do not look from the bottom. look from the middle part here, straight, one level. Make sure that we look at the thermometer at eye level only. Like here, try to read the thermometer. So this is eye level. Now, like I said, some countries, maybe one countries or more, they use F. F means Fahrenheit, degrees Fahrenheit. They use this, but we in Brunei Darussalam, we do not use F, Fahrenheit. We use degrees Celsius. Small one, degrees Celsius. Degrees Celsius. Now, how many degrees Celsius is this? Do not look here, Fahrenheit. This is Fahrenheit. We look here, the next one. So, this is, how do you read this? It's like a ruler. Is it 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 40? Is that correct? No. Some would have 10 lines here. One, two, some, not all. Some thermometer have 10 lines. Now this one have 5 lines. So this will be 2. 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, and 40. That is correct. So this temperature would be, we read 36 degrees Celsius. We write 36.C degrees Celsius. Now do you understand that? Now next, let's take a look. Let's try to read the next thermometer. This is wall thermometer. Now remember, this is wall. This is not clinical thermometer. This is wall. Thermometer dinding, wall. So what temperature is this? Like I said just now, sini ada 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5. 30, 32, 33, 34, 36, 38, and 40. Now next one you will have 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. That is correct. Like a ruler. So what temperature does this thermometer read? 20, 21, and 22. 21. Oh, 21 and a half. Maybe almost 22, but not yet. Yes, let's take a look. Cikgu tengok, or maybe 21 and a half or 22, but it has not reached 22. I am wrong. I'm sorry. This is 21. Read 21 degrees Celsius. Write 21 degrees Celsius. Next, wall thermometer. So it would be more or less, I think it's do not read this side. It's Fahrenheit. Remember, don't read this side. This is 22 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's small, but it's 22, right? 22 degrees Celsius. Now take a look at this picture. Now here is 0 and another 10. So how do we read that? This is 10, 20, 30, 40. 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 40 degrees, and 50 degrees. How about this one? 10, 20, 30. It's going down. It's going down. So how do we read it? Now, what it mean by 0 means 0 degrees. 0 degrees means macam cold. It's very cold, like ice. So it's very cold. How about 10? Now actually this is minus 10 degrees. It's colder than 0 degrees. How about this one? 20. 20 means minus 20 degrees. So this is minus. So how do you read it? You read it as minus 10, minus 20, minus 30. If you read here, minus 10, minus 11 degrees, minus 12 degrees. If you read it downwards, you say minus degrees Celsius, minus 10 degrees Celsius. Remember, minus 10 degrees Celsius, it's very cold. 0 down is very cold. Now I remember when I went for a holiday, we went to a cold countries, and it is minus 2, not minus, it is 2, not yet minus, not yet 0, it is 2 degrees Celsius, and it is very, very cold. Next, read apa. Right, apa, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. So you read it 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, and 50. Ya, lompat 2. Lompat 2. So you read it as 46 degrees Celsius, and you write it 46 degrees Celsius. Good. Now next, read would be 20. 20 is here, so there are 10 lines here. So this is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. That's correct. So here would be, I think, more or less 27 and a half, maybe 28, or maybe less than 28. More or less we can read it 28 degrees Celsius. Here it's not moving, of course, it's a picture. Maybe it's not 28, maybe it's 27 and a half, 0.5. But if it's 28, we read as 28 degrees Celsius, and we write as 28 degrees Celsius. Excellent. Now let's do your exercise. Now remember, temperature is a measure of hotness and coldness. Good. When the thermometer rise up, it means it's hot, and it means cold when it's cold, the temperature falls down. Good. We measure temperature using a thermometer. There are how many kinds of thermometer? A lot. But what we learn is, we learn clinical thermometer. What we usually use before we have digital thermometer, we use clinical thermometer. So how do we measure thermometer? How do we read thermometer? No. How do we read temperature of water? We hold the thermometer by its stem and put in water, and you read it. Wait until it rise up, stop, or falls down, stop, and you can read on eye level. Then you can read at the bottom part of the meniscus. It'll be curved like this. Read the bottom line. And what else? If this is 0, this is 0 line. If the temperature is downwards, you read as -1, -2, minus. It's a minus degrees Celsius. Do not use Fahrenheit, use degrees Celsius for Brunei Darussalam. Okay, you may do your exercise. Until next time, thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.